Melange Part 5. So I was just jabbering on about Camp X again. I just found this bit on this website and I haven't spent too long looking into it. I was just talking about this guy who visited Camp X with somebody who'd previously been there. It's like talking about the history of it or whatever. And one of the lines that this guy said was, there was also some mysterious seventh sense which bound them. So the other day when I was talking about, obviously this number 7 appears a lot in myth. And the bit that I was reading the other day was talking about the number 7 being used because it refers to a lot, but also that it can refer to magic. So I wonder if that's what that's talking about. Linking this idea to literature, Paul Dane, who was at Camp X, or trained there, whatever happened there, he wrote the screenplay for The Planet of the Apes, the screenplay for Goldfinger, and produced Murder on the Orient Express. So, and I've mentioned Graham Greene, links to intelligence before. There are definitely links between that and literature. Interestingly, in Eliot's Defence of the Islands poem, which I haven't analysed, but he references Edward McKnight Cofer, and he writes there he was then working for the Ministry of Information. Wikipedia doesn't tell me that. He was a bookseller who was studying art. Wikipedia tells me his daughter Anne worked with photo intelligence. And then Eliot wrote something that said, when asked to write a profile about him, he couldn't comment on his looks because they looked similar and could be taken for brothers. The introduction to this interview with, I think it was somebody called Andy, about Camp X, said, on a cold November day in 1977, I was able to convince Andy to return with me to those windswept fields of Camp X. Their reminiscences of life at Camp X came back to Andy like being hit by a bolt of lightning. I just found that interesting. Anyway, I'll leave it at that because I need to get dressed and get off my very getting fatter by the minute ass. Thanks for listening.